that spring has sprung here finally after all of our fabulous rain in Southern California. We're so excited since we had no rain for 5 years. You can see the beginning of my rose garden. Well, I have roses everywhere, but I've mentioned this before, but I'm telling you, this is the most important thing for a beautiful garden. And that is every year I take every rose petal down, everyone off, and on all these big climbers, I take every single leaf off. And then this time of year, March, I fertilize and I mulch. Can you see this in here? It's so fabulous. I wish you could smell it, because I love this earthy smell. My husband hates it, but so actually my garden got a little close to the bases of my roses, but I put this mulch on top of everything. So I fertilized and then I mulched, and I'm telling you, this first bloom that happens in April will be magnificent. These will be just columns of roses, almost like at a wedding or something. It really is amazing. I'm coming around, give me this. And this here in front of us is a 3 lime trees that I put in a row to make a lime hedge. Sorry, the sun makes it kind of hard to see everything here. But and this now has like a bunch of little flowers all over it, which means I'm going to get a lot of limes. So that's all growing into like a nice hedge. My vegetable garden here is a wreck. I'm only going to show you a peek because it's getting ready to be revamped for the spring. And then this, everything is messy and yucky from the winter. And now I am getting ready to revamp everything and do a major cleanup. But this tree here is this fabulous tree, and now there's only a couple lemons on it, but oh, there's an orange down there. But this is called a grafted tree, and there's like 4 different fruit trees that are grafted into one tree, which is really fun, but good for small spaces. And I have moved a lot of roses around this year from a different area, and you can see how this is all starting to leaf out, and it all looks so healthy. And it all looks so healthy because I took the time to take every leaf off, fertilize, and mulch. And it's just, I'm telling you, if you mulch every single year, you'll have the most amazing soil that produces the most amazing plants. This is called a viburnum. And you can see it's just so high. I'm trying to cover this whole wall to the roof. This gets, it's just starting to leaf out now, and this gets sort of like a popcorn hydrangea, a white poof all over it. It's magnificent. And the trick, my best friend Carrie told me, who's an incredible gardener, is you don't cut the plant, that the flowers grow on old wood. So you have to be watchful not to ever cut anything on that. And then over here is another one of my potted orange trees with nasturtiums that are great because they come back every year. Like this, I haven't been out here all week, and just now, look at how gigantic and colorful that is. And that is plants from last year that have just hung in there. And this, I wish this was a smelling video because you wouldn't believe this jasmine that is so incredibly fragrant. And then back here along the wall, I have an espaliered apple on there. It's kind of, the trunks kind of go up like that. Amazing, right? And over here is my new little project. I moved some apple trees, so they're flat, espaliered apple trees. They're flat, and then we put these posts in and wires. Actually, the one I'm showing you, this one doesn't have the wires on yet. This is, like I said, it's a work in progress. So the apple tree is here and the post, and then what we're doing, I'm gonna have to, like, I'm telling you, it's such a wrangle here since it's all a work in progress, is, oh shoot, it's way on the other side. I'll come back to the espaliered thing in a second, but what I did plant this year, I took the roses out of this side because they're behind my sectional couch that's outside. I put 5 Bergmansia plants, which is that big, colorful, like yellow, white, pink, one of those colors, trumpets that hang down so that they'll be above my sectional with an incredible scent. And in the evening, I'm going to try to climb over all the construction things here. In the evening when they bloom, they have the most beautiful perfume. And so my plan is that we'll be sitting out here by the fire pit, and they'll be hanging down. So here's the espaliered apple that I was talking about. So we put these posts in, And then you can see the wire that we put on here. And then I'm going to take all these little bamboo poles out, and the sideways of these apple, I don't know what you call them, vines, canes, whatever you call them. They'll go on the wires, and the apples will grow flat like that instead of in a tree and form. And that works because I have a very small yard that I pack, as you can see, just an amazing amount of things in. And these right here, these are some cypress trees that I planted as little babies, and they are so tall now. Look at, they just go up forever. They're super tall. They're probably like 3 stories tall or something like that. But I just made this whole, I've made rooms in my yard. Like, everything's a disaster, but I'll kind of pan, as they say in the movie land, a little bit. So this is the vegetable garden. That's like a room. This is the sort of lounging fire pit area. That's a room. It's also messy. I hate to show you guys. And then here, this was actually part of the backyard. There's the fence right there, and I just opened it up and put in some little steps and made this an al fresco dining room. And I'm, like I said, it's all a disaster. I'm gonna clean it up now that it's spring. But and then I put a little fence around the front yard, and it kind of worked to make a and put a little fountain here, and added some roses in here this year, so we'll see how they do. They're starting to leaf out, so that's good. They took the transplant. That's exciting. This one hasn't done it yet. So I took part of the front yard and I made it this al fresco dining area. But it's all covered in muck because I'm in the process of cleaning everything out. But and I just surrounded everything with greenery, so it's all lush. And I've had some really beautiful parties out here. And I guess my tip is, even if your house isn't that great, make your garden fabulous. I get so many compliments on this garden, and it really is amazing. And now I've been at it maybe like 8 years on this property, and the big key, the key, even though it's a lot of work, is take all of the dead leaves off of everything, fertilize, lift up your soil, till the soil, I guess, with the sort of the hoe that's a fork, and fertilize and mulch. That's the secret. That's the tip. And I learned it actually one of my first houses when I first got married. My neighbor had the most beautiful poppies, and I asked her how she did it, and she was a much older woman, and she said, I fertilize and mulch every single spring and take every leaf off. And I have done that now for about 30 years, and it never fails. It really, really does the trick. Okay, that's our garden walking video blog of today.